Okay, good morning. I wanted to go ahead and do an update on how everything's going with the Paxil withdrawal. This is probably truly day 30. I think I was probably mistaken before when I said it was, and it's probably day 30 now, or around there. I have done a lot better these last few days, and I think it may have to do with me having had that little meltdown I did a few days ago and making that conscious decision to dedicate the next few days, including today, and resurrecting the person I used to be before I ever took a Paxil pill. For me, when I had been on Paxil, it made me relatively numb. So I wasn't really in touch with my emotions. I was more of a workaholic than I was even before. I was extremely disconnected to things that interest me, things I was passionate about, friends and family, things like that. So, Paxil overall had this really numbing effect. And basically, let me see, about, I think, 24 hours ago, I left the house for the first time for a social reason. And that was to go out with a couple of friends for dinner at a Mongolian restaurant, which was awesome. It was awesome. I had a great time. And that was one thing I think that helped out. And also focusing on things that I had cared about before. So you're going to see videos that do not have anything at all to do with depression, Paxil, mental well-being, or anything like that. It's going to be about other stuff that intrigued me, that are of interest to me, that just kind of went away for a while. And I'm going to try and bring those things back. So part of that therapy is actually talking about these things that do interest me and kind of bringing the thoughts back. I mean, my videos may be a little bit sloppy, and it may take a while for me to get into the topics again as deeply as I had been before, and to I don't know, be able to provide a lot of information for those who have that similar interest. So that might take a little while. As far as any symptoms, I haven't had any zaps for a good 24 hours. Any ones before that were really light, and they weren't as crippling as the ones that I was having just 6 days ago. So that's been a major improvement. I am on a lot of vitamins, and I think I gone over the majority of them in a previous video. I've also, been trying to eat more healthy as well. I don't eat a lot of raw vegetables, but I do eat more healthy overall. Like, I've been trying to consciously eat better and try and stay away from all the junk food that I'm used to having, and eating things that are good for you, that do have, steamed vegetables or whatnot. Mostly I've been eating a lot of Asian food, minus, well, I've been eating a lot of seafood too, so I don't know, that's pretty much about it, and I always like that anyway. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to do is just bring out who I was, and I was kind of looking back at the things that I wrote on the wall. So in a couple of videos back, I posted where I kind of lost my marbles a little bit, and I was just kind of drawing all over my garage, my woman's cave, the wall in there, and I kind of like looked at those lyrics. Like, one of them was, betrayal taught us to forgive. And that comes from a Jason Webley song called Here to Love. And the betrayal that did actually occur in my life a couple weeks ago, I do forgive. I do. Both occurrences, there were two, and I did lose a couple of people, but they were not people I loved, and they were not people that I really cared about. They were not friends. They were more like acquaintances that were just not, positive people. So, in my opinion, I have to look on the right side. I didn't lose anyone that I love. The betrayal, the immaturity was seen for what it was, and I had recognized that, and I understood that sometimes people are deceptive to gain an advantage, and I do forgive, and I do move on, and I do not carry any kind of harsh, negative feelings with me. I may not approve of things that had happened, and I may not welcome them back with open arms or at all, because that's just what's best, but I don't carry grudge. And that I think is important. Another lyric that I saw on my wall was, if you ever enter my mind, you'll live, from Cheval. And that was a letter from a thief. And that lyric alone means a lot to me, just those words. And I think what got me going with that and was kind of reflecting back on my life in general and knowing the people who have touched my life and who have made me who I am, and kind of being grateful to them. Before Paxil, who I was, a lot of who I was had been influenced by the people that either are in this chapter of my life or in a previous chapter of my life, and they had influenced me, inspired me in some sort of way that helped to form who I am today. And there's a lot of people like that, but there's obviously some that will stand out more to you in your own lives. And I think just remembering those relationships and connections to people and how they inspired who you are is also, something that has helped me, feel better, and to, just to appreciate, and again, bring back that person that Paxil took away. And I think another one, I saw a lot of angry ones, like, strike to incinerate all of the lives I can't remember the last part of that lyric, but strike to incinerate all the lives you've, can't remember the last word, but anyway, yeah, so some of them were kind of angry, but most part they weren't. I also put in there, count your blessings now. I didn't know how, and that was from like a song from Pink, and the only song I like from her. I'm not a big fan of hers, but that one song I absolutely love, and it's true. I would try not to take for granted what you have now. Like, I'm looking at my life as far as the here and now and what I have to be grateful for. I know that I have things to be grateful for and things I, need to appreciate, and really embrace those things, because as our lives change, we always find ourselves, nostalgic for another period of time. And, how they say the grass always looks greener on the other side, or it may look better a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago. Life may have seemed better, but instead of, wishing, coulda, woulda, shoulda, just try and appreciate what you have now. And I've got things that I can appreciate, and I think everyone does, and just got to find those things, even if it's a little challenging, because it can be. Especially when, you're dealing with a lot of of negativity and just depression, it's kind of hard to say, okay, what do I have to be grateful for? But there's certainly something. And I think, focusing on that is a good thing too. And what else was up there on my wall? Yeah, I also put simple things. Where have you gone? Getting older, I need something to rely on. And that was just because I feel pretty unstable, you know? And I know I got a lot of work ahead of me that I need to do to get everything back in order. And it's going to be hard, and I don't like thinking about it because it does seem to bring a little bit of anxiety to me to think about everything I have to do to get everything back. But it will happen, and I will have to face it, and that's just gonna have to happen, you know. Things aren't in life aren't simple. As you get older, they get more complicated, unfortunately, because people need money and other things to survive, and I don't know. So basically, I gotta get on the ball with that. Eventually, I'm not 110% ready, so maybe by later today, I'll touch the desk. Right now, I'm not going to, but I haven't for so long that I've got to, unfortunately, and we'll see how that impacts me. But yeah, basically I just kind of looked at that little outburst I had and try to get, the value of it, what was written on my wall and what I have to look at, because I don't have the energy to paint over the marker, and honestly it doesn't bother me. So anyway, that's just an update as far as Paxil goes. I do believe that for anybody that's withdrawing from an SSRI, that the vitamins are very important. I don't know if that's all that's helped me out or not, but I can't see how it could hurt. And the fact that I feel a lot better than I did like a week ago means a lot. I can even see progress in the videos that I made, and I like that. So, and it's a month, and I was scared. I'll admit it, I was scared. I was looking online and people were saying I felt horrible for a year, 2 years, and that scares me to think that it's progressive, and somebody did actually send me an email and told me that it was progressive, so that gave me some hope too. So thank you to that user who sent me that message. After a month, she said that she began to feel somewhat better. She did have her bad days after that, but the hardest was the first month, and that's kind of what I'm hoping, that the worst has already came and gone. And as long as that's true, then I'll be happy, because I do feel okay, and I hope it remains that way. And I'll probably do some other videos on other things, and then I will touch base with this topic again, because I'm not done with it. In fact, there's a lot more that I would like to say about it in time. So thank you for watching, and thank you for all the supportive emails that I've got through YouTube. I am surprised at that, and I am extremely grateful for the tips. I had someone send me an email full of brain foods, and I really do appreciate things like that. It means a lot to see people care. And if anyone out there is dealing with similar issues with depression, anxiety, things like that, and you need help, then of course you feel free to email me. I won't turn anyone away if they need to vent to somebody, or if they want to know what's in my vitamin cabinet. That's fine, I'll share it. Anything to help out. So again, thank you for the support. I did not expect it. I just wanted to express myself in some sort of way and maybe help somebody, so I wasn't going through that in vain. But I was surprised to receive a lot of really positive energy through the internet, and that's so awesome. So again, Thank you for watching, and thank you to the people who have reached out to me. It does mean a lot. Thank you.